How's everyone doing? Today I have a Blu-ray and DVD update with 14 pickups right here. And all these came in between today and yesterday. So I figured I'd just do a combined mail day. And once I do view them all, I'll do proper reviews for them. I haven't seen most of them. I've only seen a couple out of here. And I think a couple of them, it's been a while since I've seen them. But first up from RLJ Entertainment, this comes out October 4th. The Mind's Eye. Holy moly, this blew me away. If you like scanners, if you like 80s horror, low-budget horror, Cronenberg-esque type movies, you will love this movie. The first 15 minutes of it, I was like, it seems kind of average, low-budget horror, and then it just relentless action, just continual, just going higher and higher. So much awesomeness in this. Holy moly, this blew me the heck away. I think I already said that, but I'm just still on a high from watching this movie. It's just non-stop, pulsating action horror. It's basically about this crazy doctor. The lead actor who plays the doctor, John Sperkerdois, Greek, I'm assuming I'm probably butchering his last name, but he was a fantastic, unforgettable villain here as Dr. Slovak, and he runs the Slovak Institute for Psychokinesis. And basically there's these people who have psychokinesis powers. They can basically, do things with their minds, control things with their minds, elevate people off the ground and move things and objects and kill people essentially too with their mind. And so he's basically trying to take their power. He, takes these syringes and withdraws fluid from their spines and then injects them into the base of his neck and to give him those powers. And basically two of them, this couple right there, try to escape. They do escape, and then the doctor's cronies go after them, and they have to fight to survive, and there's an epic showdown, which is just incredible. The showdown, one of the climax scenes reminds me so much of the movie Adam Chaplin, which is just so bloody and crazy and over the top, much like this one. I love this one so much. It's from director Joe Begos, who also directed Almost Human. A lot of the same people were involved in this film as well, and I hope they do so many more films together. I love the heck out of this movie, and the artwork is amazing too. This brings me back to my childhood of when I was a kid, and I would just check out all the amazing horror VHS artwork in the video rental stores. This would have drawn me in instantly. But it does have a reversible artwork as well, which is pretty cool. I like that one. Both of those covers are pretty awesome to me. This cover, I don't know why, it kind of reminds me of the Australian film Patrick, but I like that cover way better to me. But they're both great covers. But yeah, I would highly recommend this one if you like 80s horror, if you like Cronenberg, scanners, low-budget horror. I think they did a great job with the budget. Splatter everywhere, so many memorable kills, and of course, anything that's scanners-esque, you're going to have heads exploding, lots of blood splatter, great gore effects in here as well. I love the synth soundtrack too, the synth score. It worked perfectly for it. It was set in 1991, but definitely has an 80s feel to it. I love the snowy setting too. Like I said, I highly recommend the heck out of this one if you like low-budget horror and everything that I said already. I'm going to be doing a full review of this one because it definitely deserves it. And I'm so excited about that movie. This is one that I didn't hear anybody talk about, and everybody should be checking that out if you're into horror. Next up is Warcraft, which I have not seen. This is the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Digital HD combo pack from Universal. I never played the video game. It looks visually stunning, and what I thought was interesting, I didn't even realize this at first, Duncan Jones is the director here. I'm a big fan of him. I loved Moon, and then Source Code as well. And this didn't seem like the type of movie he would be doing next. But I like a lot of the cast in here too. Ben Foster's in here, Dominic Cooper, Paula Patton, a whole bunch of recognizable people. So the visuals look stunning. So I'm expecting it to be aesthetically appealing and very epic. From what I saw the clips, it's fantasy action adventure type movie. So I'm gonna give it a fair chance. Never played the video games, but hopefully you can still enjoy it without that aspect, which I'm sure is the case. Next up, which is a really cool release right here from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is from Paramount. Out of the Shadows right there, and it comes with reversible masks right there. So that's pretty cool. I dig that. I haven't seen this one yet, although I am looking forward to it. The trailers look pretty interesting. At first I was skeptical. I didn't really love the first Turtles movie, but this one seemed like a lot of fun from the trailer, so I'm going to give it a fair chance. Next up is Everybody Wants Some from Richard Linklater. I did enjoy this movie. I just kind of wanted a little bit more from it. It felt to me like it would be better as a TV show. I really liked the whole cast. They played their roles very well. It's basically a period piece set in the summer of 1980. You know, starting their well, follows a main character right there. He's a freshman pitcher on the baseball team for the college, and it's basically their baseball team. They have 2 houses, and they're partying and meeting girls and having fun before the start of classes and everything. And I don't know, I just wanted a little bit more. It reminds me a bit of Dazed and Confused, you know, basically a few years into the future, essentially, when they're starting college. But like I said, I felt like this would have been a great TV show. You could have gotten invested in the characters. It just left me wanting more. I was like, ah, what happens next? But I did enjoy it, and a good period piece, and I like the characters a lot. So there we go. If you're a Richard Linklater fan, I think you'll enjoy it. Next up from Arrow Video, that was also from Paramount. Next up from Arrow Video is End Drivein. Now, this is an exploitation movie, kind of dystopian movie. I remember watching this. I have this, in fact, on DVD. It was a double feature with Cut and Run. And I remember everybody raved about End Drivein, and I remember being kind of let down when I first watched it. This was probably like 7, 8 years ago. But Cut and Run deserves a Blu-ray release. Holy moly, it is such a great jungle horror kind of movie. I think Rogerio Deodato might have directed. I'm not 100% sure. It's been such a long time now. Michael Berryman plays a role in there. I love his character. But if you like the jungle kind of exploitation kind of movies, cannibal-esque, those types of movies, then I think you'll enjoy Cut and Run, which I hope Arrow Video releases that as well, or somebody at least. But End Drivein, I remember not really enjoying that much. I remember basically there's a bunch of delinquent youths, and they're all, I think they're kind of forcibly taken to this like a prison-esque drive-in. There's like a huge wall, and I remember they're like being chased. One guy's trying to escape, and their car crashes and stuff like that. I remember just thinking it was kind of overrated, but I'm gonna give it another watch again. I haven't seen it in like 7, 8 years, so I will give it another shot here. It says on the back, one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite directors, Brian Trenchard Smith, was a key figure in here, and he's the director here. He did The Man from Hong Kong, Stunt Rock, Turkey Shoot, and BMX Bandits. So I guess if Quentin Tarantino likes something, Arrow Video will release it. The same thing with The Swinging Cheerleaders. So if Quentin Tarantino likes it, it'll be out there. It'll see more exposure. But Arrow Video always does a great job with their releases. Again, you've got the reversible artwork, which that's not the artwork I remember. That's the artwork I remember right there. This one, I don't. Maybe this was over in Australia, but I guess I like that one. This one's eye-catching, but I like, I guess, the newly commissioned artwork better. So yeah, reversible artwork, newly commissioned artwork, disc artwork, clear case for collectors, booklet, special features, transfer. Everything is on point as far as Arrow Video releases. So fantastic. I'm gonna give this one another chance. Hopefully, I'll like it more this time around. Next up, from Draft House Films and MVD Visual, is Raiders. This is basically a shot-for-shot adaptation from 3 huge fans of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And basically, they have actually a lot of people from the original film, too. Well, no, there's actually, never mind. There's interviews from John Rhys Davies, Eli Roth, which obviously wasn't involved in the original, but I guess people who are fans of the film and maybe who are fans of this as well. So this is basically taking them 35 years ago. Yeah, okay, no, that's when they saw, but I guess it took them a couple decades to essentially finish this project because they wanted to get the explosion airplane set piece. So it looks interesting. It looks like basically, you know, a bunch of fans of the film tried to recreate it. So maybe it'll be interesting, entertaining. I've liked a lot of movies where, or special features of movies where they have the making of. I feel like this is almost going to be kind of like that, just basically going through their adventure, and I like seeing passion for film as well. Next up is the Titanic, the epic miniseries events. There's been so many Titanic films, adaptations, you know, miniseries and stuff like that. I haven't seen this one, but the cast is fantastic. Peter Gallagher, George C. Scott, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Eva Marie Saint, and Tim Curry right there. So this is from Mill Creek. Looking forward to checking this one out. And again, there's been so many adaptations, and I'm excited by the cast for that one. Next up is Empire. Now, I wish they would release this on Blu-ray. I mean, there's so many different TV sets. This is from Fox, that they release certain seasons on Blu-ray and then other ones on DVD. Just, I want them all on Blu-ray. But I love the show. I've been a big fan of Taraji P. Henson for a long time. She's stunning. She's fantastic as Cookie here, and Lucas Lyons out of prison, Terrence Howard. Again, I like Terrence Howard a lot. I think he's great in this role, but I always harken back. He had a missed opportunity for Iron Man to be a War Machine. He wanted more money. Don Cheadle came in. Personally, I think Don Cheadle's a way better actor, and it worked out for him. You know, more money overall in the future doing all the other roles. But this is fantastic. Love the soundtrack here. Great music in here, and very tense. And I love the dynamic of the family. You've got Jamal and Hakeem, and just everybody involved. Yeah, this is a fantastic show. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, Empire, Power, two great shows right there. But looking forward to revisiting this one, and I think the new season starts up, I think, next week, next Wednesday maybe, I think. But this is a 5-disc set with 18 episodes right there, and there's some new special features in here, uncut music performances, Empire Around the Globe, USO Tour, studio sessions, Freda Gat's music video, and the look of Empire. And next up is the Devils Mistress, who I've never really heard of this one, I'll be honest with you. And but I like the cast again. Michael Fassbender, Dominic West, and Andrea Riseborough, who was in Oblivion, and she's been in some other things as well. I really like her as an actress. I think she's stunning. I think she's very talented. And it's basically set during the English Civil War, and her basically having different relationships and betrayal and murder and mystery and things going on, and maybe she's not that nice of a person. That's what I'm guessing, the Devil's Mistress right there. But I'm looking forward to checking this one out, and great cast in there. That was from Mill Creek. Next up from Mill Creek, which I was so excited for this set and so let down by the packaging. It's a 9-disc DVD set, the Heathcliff TV show voiced by Mel Blanc, the complete series. I remember watching this as a kid. 86 episodes. Packaging is garbage right here. You slip that off, and I am so disappointed. First off, this thing right here is just like a plastic piece to keep all the rest of them in here. I'm so disappointed in Mill Creek. They've done so many great, you know, budget releases, but they could have done so much more with this. The discs are in there like that. These are the discs that, like, the packaging that you would get at like 7-Eleven, where they have a disc in there like that. Why don't you just use a swing tray? Why don't you just do something? This is terrible to me. I hate this. I don't like the way this is packaged at all. The disc can damage rubbing in. We've had this issue so many times before in the past. It's great that you're releasing this, but do something better with the packaging. This packaging, awful to me. I'm sorry, but it's a risk for the discs, the DVD. If it's Blu-ray, I could see a little bit more because, you know, it's a little bit less easy to get damaged than DVD, more durable. But yeah, I mean, the discs rub against. You can do a swing tray. You can do. I've seen they've released so many other box sets where it was just a hard, essentially case, like something like this, where there's a swing tray in there, and you can do it. You can make it happen. I mean, I don't know. I'm just so disappointed in that. This just looks so cheap to me. There's not a ton of discs, so you could have made that happen. This packaging is just, I'm not a fan, clearly. I'm end rant right there. But I love the cartoon. It's a fantastic cartoon. We're watching all the time as a kid. Next up from Time Life is The Wonder Years Season 6. This is my all-time favorite TV show. I love this. Fred Savage, you know, Winnie Cooper. Who didn't have a crush on Winnie Cooper back in the day? But there's so many great cameos all throughout here. This just really captured my childhood. I remember hearing that Joe Cocker, Get By With a Little Help From My Friends, just hearing that music now just takes me back. This is 22 episodes on 4 DVDs, including the 1-hour ABC broadcast of the series finale. Heartbreaking. Kevin Arnold, I just identified with him, even though it was set in, you know, the late 60s, and there's some featurettes at last, the final episodes, interview with the executive producer from The Vault, Allie Mills and Bob Brush Letters. So a whole bunch of great music in here too, which is one of the things that I really appreciate. I think that's one of the things that held up the release for the Wonder Years was all the musical rights. Yeah, over 2 dozen songs that were featured in the original broadcast. You know, Grateful Dead, the Beach Boys, Marvin Gaye, Everly Brothers, the OJs, Nat King Cole, the Miracles. It goes on and on. Joe Cocker, Eddie Cochran. So much great music in there. Fantastic show. Really great coming of age and dealing with the times as well. I grew up on this one. My all-time favorite TV show. I would say 1 is The Wonder Years, 2 Twilight Zone, 3 probably Cheers, 4 MASH, 5 X-Files for me. That's my top 5 right now. That's, you know, there's a couple ones that jump here and there. I love Seinfeld. One of my newest favorite ones that are out right now would be How I Met Your Mother, that just recently ended. terrible final season, and the finale episode was just a slap in the face to fans, but the rest of the show was just phenomenal for me. One of my all-time favorites. That would probably make my top 10. Those were my top 5 right there. Let me know what your favorite TV shows are. Next up, again from Time Life, are 2 sets right here, which I'm really looking forward to. Again, classic TV right here. Bob Hope, Thanks for the Memories, the Bob Hope Special 6 DVD set, over 13 hours. 13 specials plus bloopers. Includes guests Bing Crosby, Lucille Ball, Tony Bennett, Perry Como, The Muppets, Dean Martin, Olivia Newton-John. So just a ton of classic comedy and comedians right there. Definitely looking forward to checking that out. It also deals with his president, Bob Hope's relationships with Presidents Franklin D. Roosevelt, Bill Clinton, John F. Kennedy, Harry S. Truman. It also deals with George Burns and Johnny Carson, Bob Hope's 90th birthday celebration with tribute. So all kinds of great special features on there. And next up is The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson, the Vault series, 6 DVD set right here. Here's Johnny. All kinds of tons and tons featuring Richard Pryor, Rodney Dangerfield, Buddy Hackett, just tons of people right there. So looking forward to checking that out as well. Classic. Next up, last but not least, this is such a shiny set right here, also from Time Life. This is Motown 25, Yesterday, Today, Forever. This is a really nice set. I mixed on this. I wish they would have done like just a regular DVD thing because it takes up a lot of room this way, but it is sparkly, and I guess it fits the time as well. The 80s, and you know, a lot of great musicians on here. Michael Jackson's first premiere of the Moonwalk was on here. You've got first Battle of the Bands between the Temptations and the Four Tops. You've got Richard Pryor on here. I like that. There's a nice booklet on here. So a ton of information, bonus features, never before seen Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder rehearsal footage, roundtable discussions with Smokey Robinson, Otis Williams, Duke Fakir, just tons of all kinds of, if you're a fan of Motown, this is definitely something to check out. Extended version of the Motown 25 concert, over 14 hours of bonus features, 48-page collector booklet. I'll just go ahead and show you, open it up. I think it's a great release for it, but again, I have mixed feelings on the presentation of the box set. I just kind of bulky, but here's the booklet, the big book right there, just tons. Again, I love when any release has the booklet. Again, Arrow Video does that as well, Richard Pryor. If you're a fan of it has so much information, and here's some more pictures and concert, and then here's the regular set right here, which goes over everything, and then this next disc set is the bonus features. And I like how both of these are released because this is how it should be done. As far as the swing tray in here, the swing tray is loose though on the bonus features one. Let me pop it back into place. But yeah, for these ones, the swing tray right there, that's all you need for releases like that. Simplistic, easy. You know, you don't have to worry about cheap plastic or cheap cardboard messing up the discs. But there you go, right there. And I do like all of this kind of music, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. Again, Richard Pryor, all the classics from back then, from the 80s. So that's pretty awesome. I love the eye-catching design right there. So there you go. Let me know if you've seen any of these and what you think of them as well. And let me know which one out of all of these you'd recommend I check out next. Because out of here, I've only seen The Mind's Eye and Everybody Wants Some. And then End Drivein I saw a while ago. I have to revisit that. And Heathcliff I saw forever ago. Wonder Years I've seen forever ago. All these other ones I've seen. You know, Johnny Carson, Bob Hope, I've seen some of those stuff before. The Motown I've seen before. But again, ages. Empire I have watched recently as well. But a bunch of stuff to dive in and revisit. The Turtles one I need to check out. The Titanic. Warcraft, which I actually haven't heard a lot of people talk about, which is surprising to me given everything involved with that. The budget, the director, the actors, and that was based on one of the most popular video games ever. So yeah, let me know what I should check out next, and if you've seen these ones and what you think of them, leave me a comment or video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.